Welcome to another YouTube video. Today, we're killing idols. Why? Idols are good, killing is bad. Why are we trying to kill them? We have a problem in society that we have an influx of information coming from every side, and what ends up happening is the human mind gets distracted from the most relevant problems, the most important problems. If we want to bring the best possible future, we surely got to start by paying attention to them. And that's the goal of this YouTube channel, right now at least, is to funnel all the problems that we have into singular 10 problems to keep our attention on so we can push these ideas and then live a good life. And then when we die, we're kind of proud of the world we brought. You know what I mean? Like, whoa, we were brought world peace, or, there's no more AIDS, and it was our generation that did it. Something. I'm trying to give you something to the afterlife. So what we're going to do today is watch one of our podcasts. Tony Robbins, Jordan Peterson, both are awesome guys. Jordan Peterson is my philosophical father. It's how I got into philosophy, studying world problems. He's a very complicated guy when you start watching him at first, because he takes the interpretation of the world through his funny lens. But once you boil it down, it becomes a lot easier. Tony Robbins, a leader in solving depression, a leader in turning people into great people. Been to one of his seminars. It's an experience. I cannot say that in life, a lot of things are an experience. One of them could be eating like, I don't know, the McGriddle for the first time. That's an experience. Tony Robbins is definitely a McGriddle. And you should go there with your whole family and experience their whole 3-day activity. You'll learn and bond pretty well. But nevertheless, we're going to take all the most important topics they talked about in the YouTube channel, on their podcast, and we're going to compare them to the actual most relevant problems in the world right now, and see if they should be part of our attention, if we should focus them and push them onto this world. If not, we're going to disregard them. After that, we're going to give them a rating. Everybody loves ratings because ratings are cool. Why? Because biology. Why biology likes ratings? Because it likes hierarchies. Why does biology like hierarchies? Because it wants to live. It is not free from its own physical limitation, or something like that. After that, after we look at refocus and look at our focus attention point one more time, and we're going to see that yes, it is still the same, or we're going to add to it a little bit more. We're going to give a little plan out. We're not only here to talk about our main attention focus, we're also going to try to make it happen. Alright, let's get into the video and talk about the main topics and compare them. Number one, most important idea from this YouTube video. It's regarding the study that Tony Robinson's team did. And what was the study about? He's a big guy of curing people's depressions. People go to him when they are feeling not good about their direction in life. And Tony Robbins wanted to make that he showed the world that his academic pursuits of his ways were the very best, and he did a medical trial. What we had before in medical trials for depression was to do a basic drug. And Tony Robbins asked, how were the results on improving people's depression? That's exactly how he speaks. And the scientists told him it's about a 40% chance of improvement after taking drugs. But the placebos that we know, they do around this same effect. So about 43 million Americans take these depression drugs with a huge amount of side effects and have only about a 40% chance of improving. Sucks. I want 100%. Alright, so they said, okay, what's that like an unusual trial you guys have? They're really, really the best one, maybe not accepted by society that much. But I want to know about this trial too. And it was the mushroom trial. They fed people a bunch of fucking mushrooms. And they put them in a room with a psychologist. You know what they had? About a fucking 55 to 60% improvement in their depression. That's a lot better. By 15% or something, 20%. These people came out happier, with more philosophical ideas, a brighter future, and a little tripped out. And that was pretty good. A huge improvement, statistically. But Tony Robbins ran his own test on his own product in his own paths. And it was about an 89% improvement in people's depression after Tony Robbins seminars. So what did he do? He made people focus on their goals. One, appreciate life every day. Write down things that are important. Continue to do activities. He's a big guy of priming, which I'll talk about more about this in this video. A combination of all these ideas to working on your own issues, having clear goals, and doing the right appreciations like prayers. There's about an 89% improvement. And yeah, the most basic solution to depression was the best one. Interesting, right? That's the number one first topic that we're going to talk about that was really important. The second one is Tony Robbins was talking about, you know, he's not only here to like fix your soul, he's also here to like help you financially. He's a big guy on looking in society for patterns. So for example, he goes to like the top 50 medical people, top 50 psychologists, talks to them, takes the patterns and figures out how to give it to you know, the society. Brings top things from the top to the bottom, and he was doing the same thing in the financial sector. He believes investing is a good idea. And if you put down money every year, you're going to get a 10% return. And in like 20, 30 years, you're going to have $1 million or something. Well, Tony Robbins has a better idea. Private companies have beat the commercial companies by double the amount each year and the return on investment that people get, but it's not usually available to people who are, you know, poor or normal people. You have to be a specific background or have with these new laws, a specific education to be allowed to pursue investing in private companies. But still, it is possible, but difficult. But even better than that, he found a way to even make more money than 20% return investment. It is through buying the actual private companies that exist and buy those products. So instead of investing in them, giving money for them to use, it's like actually buying a percentage of them in a more weird way, I guess. Oh, yeah, it's pretty good. Not sure what he was talking about really, because I don't really love finances. Okay, another idea that Tony Robbins was talking about that was really cool, but I have some quarrels with it, is priming. So, imagine you walked into a bar, a coffee bar, and they give you coffee. It's free coffee. 50% of the time they give you hot coffee. 50% of the time they give you cold coffee. And you leave the freaking bar, the coffee bar. And outside there's a guy with the survey and he says, 20 bucks, no funny business, read these 4 paragraphs and tell me what you think about the main character. After they read the paragraph and they got the hot or cold coffee, 85% of people who got the coffee, hot coffee, said that the character was a warm, kind of person. 85% of the people who got the cold coffee said the character was very cold-hearted. What Tony Robbins was trying to explain, that humans are very malleable people, that the smallest details in society, like even touching a warm thing or seeing something on the street, changes how you perceive the world, therefore influencing your future. So a big idea he talks about is priming yourself before you go out in the world. A good example of that could be one of the big things he does in this whole video is prime himself to accept that people are better than him in the aspect that they know something that he does not. You know, I'm a little douchey person. I think 95% of the people do not have the information that I need. I take a little bit different approach. I don't think they will provide value, and if you focus on everybody, you might lose your mind. I actually believe that, but Tony doesn't, and he has supplementary ideas to keep him continuing on that path. So every day he imagines people who he talks to, and he imagines talking to them and having a great conversation. That's what priming is closing your eyes and seeing it, you doing it, and then doing body motions and feeling the great feelings that will produce from the experience of the truth you're trying to tell yourself. Because the main idea that he thinks that imagining people in this specific way is that even though he's a master at what he does, everybody pursues their own little paths in a way. Even a janitor can know some piece of information about something, you know, which allows him to have a common ground with anybody he talks to. You know, he's a big guy, and he's gonna meet a lot of people who are losers and great people who will pursue him, and he does not want to have like his rug pulled out under him. That's why he's accepting these terms of seeing people this way and influencing himself with priming to have his biology be ready to be producing these results. All right, and another, I guess that makes a little sense what priming is not being very influenced by the external world and having your own core going into it, your own biology working for you, because you can have all your ideas working for you. You can know things, You can know that you're supposed to like shake people's hands, but having your body being in a different place from the external winds, could you not allow you to act on your philosophies and your ideals? Yes. Next thing he talked about, number 4, a big idea is moving and learning at the same time. You know, there was a seminar about his depression. He gave the same information to people in Harvard. He said, go to Harvard, teach Minecraft there, and they were very happy. At the end of the day, there was a 30% improvement in the overall statistics of their improvement. When Tony Robbins did the seminar on his own terms, it was a 300% improvement. Rawr! That's exactly what he sounds like. Why? Because he said the most important thing to do while learning is to move. Move your body, because you're not only believing it, you're experiencing those ideas, which locks ideas into your biology and makes you learn a lot of things a lot quicker. So let's do 10 movements right now. Woo! Every video, if you're not doing this, I'm gonna unsubscribe from you. All right, so that's the 4 important ideas. All right, that they talked about in this 2-hour video. You're fucking welcome for summarizing it. And let's go and compare them to the actual most relevant ideas in the world, because you can be hitting headshots, the perfect red circle in every single target, right? You get that 1 point, 1 point, 1 point, and they could be masters of it. But the question we're trying to answer is there a target above that target that you could have the same amount of accuracy, but instead of hitting that accurately in the middle, now you get 1,000 points? Improving our aim while still keeping the same good accuracy could produce tremendous more results. Hope that makes sense. Let's get into it. Alright, we just literally covered the 4 main topics from the video. Peterson x Tony Robbins, episode 517. The main topics were the study of Tony Robbins on how he improves his depression. Really good. Private companies, 20% increase in your profits every year. Wow, so much money. Ideas of priming. You prime yourself and you don't get wish-washed by the world. Woo! I am independent soul. Ideas of learning with emotion. I don't know how many times I have to bust a nut on my monitor before my education becomes better. The question is, these ideas should be at the hierarchy of the human concentration. Because we do want to solve the greatest problems to produce the greatest future. Question is, do these solutions that are solving these underlying problems, are they our goal? I believe not. Let's compare them to the main goals, the main problems I believe that it is in society. And we're going to give a rating after this towards their ideas. Number 1 problem in society, I believe there's no purpose. No general purpose for nations to pursue. No singular aim. Boom. That's really bad. We do not know where we're going. We do not know where we need to put our assets aside, where we should be concentrating to be the best possible people. Very bad. A lot of people kill themselves because of that. A lot of people waste a lot of time in aspects of the world where they shouldn't be before they find themselves after 80 years just to allow them to start their path, which doesn't give them the motivation and creativity to be successful. Very bad. Small jobs make you stupid. At the end of the time, whatever I just said, skip that. Whatever problem you take on is what you become. You do Uber driving all day, you become a good driver. You be a good chef, you become a good cook. The question is that the biggest problem you want to take on to become the greatest person? I believe not. By you focusing on these minute problems, you do not bring out the best version of yourself for about 90% of your life. And what happens for the most of society, you spend about 80 to 60 years able to collect enough money to be allowed to first take steps in your actual pursuit of what true good you believe in. And after that, you're too tired and want to spend time with your family. 99% of the people's potential is destroyed in misdirection and ability to first develop a good foundation. 99% of people's potential. That's horrible. Imagine if we had purpose and we did not have to take on stupid jobs. How much more society would produce? Millions more. Is that bigger than the mushroom private company as a point focus for society problems? I believe so. Just starting with these 2. Another big problem in society is the incentive system. Money does not work very good to support the human will. There's problems like human hunger, war, world peace, world hunger, world medicine problems. You name it, war, fires, environment. All these things that humans want to pursue, but they cannot make any money. How come? The government puts out laws and whatever to make you stay on the correct path, but they do not allow you to pursue the greatest aspects that would produce the greatest part of the society. How come are we not making the most amount of money from bringing the best possible future? Is that a big problem? I think so. Politicians are corrupt. They're corrupt out of their ass. They make $45 fucking million somehow from your taxpayer money while they only get paid $150K a year. Make it a law that politicians cannot make more money than they already earn. They can only earn money from their political jobs. No more from external sources, so they're not corrupt. Leading this world into the right direction should be the highest reward for an individual. Another problem in society is we have delayed progress by companies of the concept of returning customers. If we do not have returning customers, we do not make more money. Like, for example, the health industry. The cure to cancer has already been solved. The cure to most of health problems has already been cured. What do I mean by that? If you don't eat shit food and you don't eat cancerous food, you're probably going to live to the age of 110. No problem. But we do not do that because you will not be a returning customer in the health industry. Why would they want that path for you if they couldn't make any money from that? Our incentive system incentivizes to not give us the solution in these aspects because they couldn't make any money. The incentive system is broken. That's why it feels like there's Illuminati. There's like imaginary forces playing against you. It's humans who have a wrong goal of money that are destroying society. I don't want to sound like a weird douchebag who hates money. I do not hate money. I hate money that does not allow you to pursue things that are most important. Alright, well, let's look at other things. Yeah, another thing is like, if you go to the food store, we're trying to incentivize people to make the right decisions, as the government should do, right? So how come are the healthiest food are the most expensive, and the cheapest is the worst food for you? It shouldn't be the other way around? Shouldn't we incentivize people for the best path possible? It's like everything in society is built towards you being sick, degenerative, and stupid. I don't think it should be that way. And another problem with society is money as an aim. It makes you stupid. Let's do a little test. Tell me 5 ideas how to make money. And your stupid ass is going to think of a vending machine business, repair cars, sell socks online, or post your booty hole online. Congratulations. That's the most you will become. Let me ask you a different question. Let me give you a different goal that's higher than money, that everybody should be focused on. And that's the aim. How do I bring the most amount of good in society? How are your goals changed then? Now you want to maybe stop war, improve your government, bring a better community? Wouldn't that be a better pursuit? And you would actually make money from that? Wouldn't that be a better world? Like I said, the main problems that we are actually not paying attention to are a lot greater than everybody's talking about, and we're getting washed away from bringing the best possible future. That's why we're going to focus on them. So, what would I rate the hierarchy of importance to the topics they were attacking? I would give them a really good rating and accuracy. They were answering really important topics in the aspects of their own category, but is it the most important topics? No, it's not. I would give the leadership review a 0, and all these idols dead. They would be misleading you from the highest goals of society, and you would be producing the least version of yourself. In conclusion, I want you to check out my videos every single time it comes out and comment and like them for a reason. Not because I'm just making funny content, because I want the world to be a better place. And we have goals in this YouTube channel, and the goal number 1 for chapter number 1 is to grow attention towards number 1 problems and continue developing our aim through education. Boom. Second step we'll do in this channel all together is then talk to politicians, which is going to be a very fun aspect. We're going to bring people on board with the ideas we have. And number 3, implementation. Chapter 4, really cool too. More things coming. But how we're going to actually implement these problems is another video that I'm going to make about the 4 laws we're going to be focusing on to implement in society that we're going to be, talking to politicians about, which I'll make another separate video. But until then, I'm going to make comparison videos to like try to funnel down the attention spam that's going all over on the internet that's not important and continue to grow attention to where it needs to go the most. And until then, we need to grow. We need to focus, and you need to keep watching. You need to keep liking and commenting. And I'll see you in the next video. Isn't that right?